Hello, everybody, and welcome to another check-in on our Music Summer Series. I decided that today I was going to give a shout out to three female singers and talk about their songs and, potential meanings or at least, connections that you can make. It's probably a more accurate way of putting it because some of the songs I don't really know the true meaning behind them, but just some things you can think about. The first one was suggested by my friend Jean, and it's called Try Everything by Shakira. Now, when she had mentioned it, I looked it up, and I had forgotten it was from the movie Zootopia. And if you don't know anything about the movie Zootopia, there's a bunny, and she wants to be a police officer in the big town of Zootopia, and everyone kind of looks down on her like she can't do it because she's small, and little bunnies weren't supposed to be cops, but she has really good perseverance. So I'm going to read some of the lyrics, and if I seem like I'm having an issue, it's because I'm using my iPad here for some of these lyrics. So it says, I still mess up, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down. I keep on hitting the ground. I always get up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly. They fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it won. I won't give up. No, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. Though I'm on the lead, I want to try everything. I want to try even though I could fail. I won't give up. No, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. And it just basically goes on and on. So if you know anything about this movie, she keeps, at first, she's so excited, right? And then when she gets to Zootopia and she goes to like the police academy, and everyone's like making fun of her because she's so little and she can't seem to do anything. And she feels like she's going to give up, but then she doesn't. And she perseveres and she goes through and she does a good job. But I think kind of the point here is, when Shakira was singing the song, obviously, it's the idea that you're going to experience things in your life where people are going to just tell you just can't do it. And then you will start to believe it, right? It kind of has that self-fulfilling prophecy part of it. But, obviously it's like a Disney type movie, and, things always work out in those movies. Life doesn't always work out that way. However, it doesn't mean you shouldn't keep trying. It doesn't mean you shouldn't keep, striving for those goals that you have, in life. Just from a personal experience from me, and I've told my students this in the past, when I graduated high school, I decided I wanted to be like my older sister, so I went to school for accounting, which was probably a really big mistake. I went to Louisiana State University, and I'll openly admit, and I tell them I failed out of school. I couldn't, it was just not my thing. I really didn't put in the effort that was really needed. And for some degree, I guess you could say almost like I gave up. I stopped trying. And when I came home, back to New Jersey, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I thought maybe I would try some other jobs. So I did all types of jobs until I realized I needed to get back to school. And then I went back to school locally, and then I went to Boston University. And the thing is that I didn't really have the passion of being an accountant, right? Because that really wasn't what I really wanted to do. I just wanted to be like my elder sister. But when I went for teaching, it was different because I love history. I love the idea of working with kids and helping them out. So the results were different. So I think whatever you do in life, make sure you have a passion for it, because if you don't have a passion for it, just like in the song, it says try everything, whatever you need to do to be successful. Now, I don't mean sketchy stuff, so don't be doing sketchy stuff, but I think it's important to give all that you can when you're trying to be something that you're striving for, but effort is everything. Okay, so now, as a middle school teacher, I've come across a lot of kids where image is important to them, right? So this song was suggested by a friend of mine, Andrea, who I work with. You've probably heard me say her name a lot, Miss Hodson, because she has supported me in this like 100%. She's great. Probably one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet in your life. We always joke with her that she's got like that Care Bear stare, like rainbows just shoot, from all parts of her. So Christina Aguilera wrote a song called Beautiful. Now, this is an older song. I mean, not really old, but older. And in the lyrics, some of it says, every day is so wonderful, then suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure, From all the pain, I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words can't bring me down. And it goes on and on and on. And I think in middle school, as you know, if you're a student and you're watching this, middle school is hard. You know, your image and how you look is something that, unfortunately, there's just people that will judge you. I made a comment in the past video that of something I'd seen, that no matter what you do in your life, people are going to judge you. Like, people are always judging you. And so the question is, just, you know, what do? Well, you be yourself. Because even if people are judging you, as long as you're yourself, then just be fine with it. You know, I know if people watch these videos, they'll judge me. And I know if when people observe me working, they'll judge me. And I know when I go out in public, people judge me, and I just have to accept it, that people are going to be that way. So I'm just going to be who I am, right? I'm going to act like I would normally act, and that's what I tell you guys. So, but the reason why I feel like this song has meaning to me is because I have two daughters, and I mean, I don't have personal experience in this, so I'm not even going to pretend like I do. But just the experience I have with kids, especially females, of students I've taught, I know that there's always, you know, like body shaming and things that happened, you know, when you're in school, where people, like, you know, if your hair doesn't look right, people make fun of, like, you dye your hair, people make fun of like foods that you eat, the clothes that you wear. I mean, it's a rough life out there. Like, they're just constantly, you know, giving you a hard time. You know, I see these interviews of actresses on TV. One that comes to mind is Scarlett Johansson, where when they were doing interviews on like the Avengers series and movies, you know, they asked Robert Downey Jr. like all these really deep questions, and then for her it was, what's your diet? What are you eating? You know, what exercises are you doing? Which they didn't ask any of the guys that, really. So unfortunately, you know, you look in magazines, you look in all these things, there's an image that they're expecting you to be. And I think that it's, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure my daughter's saying, there's an image that is expected on how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to act. And I think it's important that you just be yourself and don't let people determine how you should look and how you should be. Sorry, I was like, my daughter was about to come out. I wanted to make sure she didn't like scream something silly. And I want the same for them. Like, I want them to be able to grow up and not feel like they're constantly being body shamed. So if you are one of my students or former students, and you're a girl and you've experienced these things, you know, I'm sorry people are treating you that way. But, you know, you're all fantastic people. You know, I've taught you guys, I know you're amazing, smart, hardworking. So don't let society ruin that. Just keep striving to be the best you can be. All right, so that kind of brings me to this last one. Now, I watched an interview of the singer. Her name is Andra Day. She wrote the song Rise Up. This was actually also suggested by Miss Hodson. But this song can have so many different meanings. You know, when in the interview she talks about, it was, you know, about relationships. But then she goes on to say about, you know, about coming together. So I'm going to read the lyrics. This is probably... this song today is probably more important than ever, but I think it's just so powerful, the lyrics of this, and just like when you hear her sing. She's an incredible singer, by the way. It says, you're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains and walk it out, move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again, and I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Now, clearly when she says it, it sounds incredible, so I would recommend listening to it. But if you think about any time, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, whether it's your skin color, your gender, your religion. Throughout history, there have been situations where people have been oppressed, right? And this song, the idea is just like you rise up. And it's more than just, it's, you know, also about relationships. It's about standing up. Because if... like the example she gave is basically, say you're in a relationship and one of you is struggling. Okay, it is your job and the other half to help them rise up, to help keep them afloat, right? If they're having mental trauma and issues, it's your job to help them if you are capable of doing that. Because there's going to come a time when you are going to be the one that is experiencing mental trauma or mental or physical issues or something, and you need someone to take care of you. Like when I had the flu this past winter, actually I had twice, but when I had the flu, my wife took care of me, yet and took care of the whole family. Um, and then when she had her surgery, because she had to have surgery from a car accident, I took care of her because that's what you do. You help them rise up, you help them do that. But it also, from a societal, historical history type, I'd say, teacher, is when you see that there's groups in society that are having concerns or they're struggling, the rest of society, it's their job to help pick them up, right? Um, so my advice to you is just be a good human being, you know, help defend those who are defenseless, help pick up those who need it, help support those who need it, show love for those who need it, show compassion for those that need it, have empathy for your fellow human being. And this could be a great place. And the reason why I wanted to pick all female singers today, I wasn't going to originally, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, no, I'm going to do all female singers because, you know, throughout history, females have been mistreated, right? We know that they took them longer to get the right to vote. They were always told, be seen and not heard, all these messed up things. Like way back in the day, you were legally allowed to beat your wife. And this is like insane. I can't even believe that was a thing. But these women singers are just their music is so powerful, and they're not the only ones. There's so many female singers that are just like incredible, and we'll definitely talk about more of them later. But I just think that I think it's time as a society that we just kind of stick together and help one another out, because honestly, I think the world could use a little love and a little compassion. So I know it seems like a side rant, but whether it's in Zootopia, where she's striving for her dreams, whether it's like Christina Aguilera talking about all those girls looking in the mirror and maybe feeling like they're not beautiful, even though that they are, because society is just picking on them and harassing them, or the fact that Andra Day is saying, rise up, let's just pick each other up. And that's what I'm asking from you guys. Just let's help pick each other up, because I can tell you right now, I got a message last night in the mail. I grabbed it, from the mailbox. I forgot about it. And it was from the school counselor. And she sent me this awesome picture telling me to make sure I fill my cup, because I try to help fill your cups and I don't always fill my cup. But the reality is people like Miss Hudson, my wife, my family, my sisters, my father, everybody, they're doing all these things that help fill my cup. And for that, I get to keep helping others. And I think let's help fill each other's cups. Let's help be compassionate, and let's keep the music going and listening, because music is that one thing that I think it just brings people together. It doesn't matter your race, your religion. Music is just something that you can appreciate and love. And I just hope that we can listen to more music together, show more compassion for one another, and let's make this world a rockin' awesome place, okay? Have a wonderful day, and until our next check-in, peace out, people.